Indian-born, only global company in biogas and biofuel business. We have more than 3 million biogas per day generation and tons of carbon credits we did. We have projects in so many countries and offices in USA and Spain as well. And these are the proprietary technologies what we have. I will go into detail later. Okay, the biogas, what Sir mentioned just now, is what we can get from the organic waste. I think both our grandfathers had this gobar gas in our village. Even my grandfather had it when I was born in 1970. But when the world became modern, we forgot our roots. So we threw the gobar gas and we went to LPG. There was a fashion then. Now the climate change, all these floods, earthquakes have forced humanity to go back to the roots. So basically, you are just going back to the roots only. But in a scientific way, better way, and commercially more successful way. And when you capture biogas, you have to have a CO2 as well as methane, which is energy CO2 which are also used for many applications. And what we generally do, I think somebody asked a question how we can do the waste. I think we do all that end-to-end solution. You must have heard about SaaS, software solution. Started 40 years back. Waste 1970 also, Singapore 1940, so 2040, and all big companies, Unilever has done 35, Reliance has 50, and 2050 target. So every country, every corporate has a target to achieve net zero. And we are the first one globally to start that service. And many things are there, we can do it with this. Today in India is Delhi's fog. The air quality is so bad. It's mainly because the rice straw is being burned. And if you can imagine the products what you can get from the each waste. The first at the top is biogas. You can produce power. 60% methane, 40% CO2. That is what the bio CO2 is a very big word. The Pepsi, Coca-Cola you drink, they have a counted CO2 that can be coming from your cow dung or the rice straw. And if you have liquid fertilizer, the cow dung is a good fertilizer, we all know, right? So when you use the cow dung, you get all these products, and the fermented cow dung is even better fertilizer. It is just going for the roots. And then you have a fertilizer, it's good fertilizer. It's proven scientifically that this cow dung fertilizer or any bio-engineered fertilizer, it will give you 30 to 40% better yields if you are growing your potatoes or onions or anything. It is proven, it gives a better yield. And then carbon credits. It is, if you look at the products what you can get from your food waste, it is something we never thought. But nature has given a wake-up call and we are now into that. And now let me get to the case studies. All these stories look good, but unless you have a global scale working project, we have done a project with Unilever. I told you earlier, every global company has a net zero target. Unilever has a target to achieve net zero by 2035. And in Indonesia, they have the world's largest factory. So, most widely used one in the world. It is from palm oil waste, capture methane. From that methane, you make purified, you make bio-CO2, biomethane, and then we supply it to Unilever. They replace fossil fuel. And the waste goes back to the plantation. So the complete net zero picture, what Mr. Ulasa mentioned right now, you can actually see. Now the impact of this is all global companies in the world are trying to achieve the same model. No net zero is possible without capturing methane. No net zero country is possible without net zero villages. So all the chicken shit, all the cow manure in your town, in your village, unless that is addressed, no country, no village can achieve net zero. And yesterday you might have seen the news. Shamit Shah did the inauguration of bio-CNG bike rally. This Bajaj has started a bio-CNG mobile bikes, CNG bikes. So yesterday, Shamit Shah, it's a news today, he did inauguration in NDDB, Amul, for the bike rally. So this was what happened today is because 4 years back we made Gujarat. So it is Asia's first project, as you can see here. We have a first dispenser for bio-CNG. जो बोलते रहते हैं आगे मकान पीछे दुकान, exactly same thing. We produce biomethane from the cow dung. We dispense biomethane in the front. I showed a video of that one. It's just from not far from Mumbai. It's on the highway, as you can see. It's Asia's first project. Cow dung. As you can see here, it comes in a tractor. Amul, I think you all know Amul, right? So they have a milk federation, milk factory. For the same farmer, they collect cow dung also. It comes here, we process it, and then we purify the gas. And then this is Asia's first dispenser for dispensing bio-CNG. And now this is a successful model. This plant is called Kashi for biogas enthusiasts. The most recent plant in India. We are proud to be part of this hometown. We are piping it biomethane to 1,200 homes. Sago waste. In every region has a particular food, right? So in that region, we have a food called sago. It's called tapioca kind of thing. So from that waste, we produce biomethane. And we are piping the biomethane to villages like Singapore or probably in Mumbai, right? You might be getting the natural gas in a pipeline to your home. So same concept for 2 villages in Malaysia, we are doing that one. The world's first 2 net zero village. This is probably going to be very famous once successfully implemented. The Malaysian Prime Minister should inaugurate it next quarter. Again, let me share this project. Paper industry waste. Nobody thought that paper industry waste can also be producing so many products. So the first such in Asia, we have that in Kurukshetra in Haryana. You can show the video of that one. I believe in seeing, so the most video you see, the most realistic. Otherwise, telling stories is difficult to get the things conceived. So as you can see here, same concept, purified to 98% pure filter to the nearby petrol station. Because this project is in a small village, the paper mill. You cannot have a dispenser there, like the earlier Amul, right? It was a highway to sell to the people. But here, it is not in the town. Every company is building a big capacity of green hydrogen. But the real carbon negative hydrogen is hydrogen. Because biogas is the only carbon negative fuel. So chicken shit, there is no, there is no production cost, right? You don't spend any money or any energy to produce chicken shit. So it's by nature, it is a carbon zero. Then when you process to get gas, it becomes a carbon negative fuel. And the byproduct, it has to go back to the earth. If the organic manure does not go back to the earth, the carbon content in the earth will be depleted. The biggest challenge the agronomists are seeing right now is that the land or the agricultural land is depleting carbon. Yesterday I was in Godrej tea, which is a big plantation in India. They said, if you don't do it for next 20 years, the agricultural yield will be very less. So this is solution for all depleting carbon. Going back to the nature, the world was born on a net zero or a circular economy. But in the modernization, we neglected it. So the right way to make sure that we live for 1,000 years, generations, several next 7 years, is to make sure that we give back to the earth. And this is the only way. Or not getting the heat properly. Because biogas is 90% knowledge, 10% engineering. It is not like solar waste, anything organic. Whatever food waste is left today after the lunch, a lot of food waste, right? We conference, I see tons of food waste. The same food waste can produce biogas also. Any organic waste, your rice straw, your garden waste, all the gardens you see in the.
Have you got any project near Mumbai?
You 98%. It's actually a little higher than sea. But again, within it very important. Your purification is very good. It doesn't work like building my own car. So car will be very simple, right? Charge 4 wheels on steering, one engine. So you can assemble it in case you can do that, but it doesn't work properly. So biogas like that. So it is a completely treatment. How to digest it? How do you make it proper? If you get tummy pain, you might take a medicine.
Another thing, let us discuss something about the liquid waste also. So my agenda will be some present sewerage scenario in India, some sewerage system about the Mumbai, current and what is happening, and main aspect will be recycle and reuse of treated wastewater, and challenges for the implementation, and then conclude. That will be the present. Say CPCB report, Central Pollution Control Report, has given following outcome, that is 2021. The increase in the need of the water to meet the domestic requirement. That is what population is increasing. That is the one natural. But at the same time, wastewater discharge into the receiving water bodies, deteriorating its quality. So at one side, you will find that because of the increase in the population, the requirement of water is increasing. On the other hand, you will find that because of the discharge of the wastewater, we are deteriorating the main water source. So that is the point. Now, so I just show you some of the initial discussion. The water scarcity or water scenario in India. So rather than discussing, we can discuss half an hour or 1 hour about the water scarcity. But the picture speaks louder. So that is what I am just trying to show. And you will find that in the month of say April and May, this particular scenario is very common across the India. But definitely some people are interested in 2021, 1486 cubic meter. So that is what the water availability. Say 2021. As against you talk about the standards, that is what United Nations standards. So that is what 1,700 cubic meter per capita. So that is what the standards of the United Nations. So it clearly indicates that India is a water stress nation. So please understand, after independence, we were having a large quantity of water. You can see by the first line, it was around more than 5,000 cubic meter of the water. So that was the availability. So over a period of time, because of the mismanagement of the wastewater and all, this thing what happened. So that is I want to say about that. So on the other side, say let us say wastewater. Again, I am just trying to show them whether it is Ganga, Yamuna or whatever. Nowadays you must have seen lots of photographs about the Yamuna. So that is, the same thing is applicable, and this is what is happening. It is because of the discharge of the wastewater. Again, some are interested in facts and figures. So I can show that particularly on urban sector, almost you see the first and you can see the last one also. 72,000 mld of the wastewater is generated. But last you can see almost 12,000 mld is what the actual proper treatment. And in between what is happening, that details are given on the say slide, one can go through that. But out of 72,000, only 12,000 is properly treated. The remaining goes where? Again, that is what Ganga Maya. That is what. It comes to the Maharashtra, it is Godavari. And that is the reason what I have shown in the photograph. So that clearly indicates. So these are the aspects we need to understand. Now, as a result, though we talk about Swachh Bharat and everything, but on the practical side, say, or open defecation free and so many things. So these things are common. These are these small towns. And as a result, you can think about, you can correlate with the health aspect and so many other aspects also. So this is also, say, we are talking the how we can waste can be managed and everything. But these are also one of the photographs which is also common. I always say that, interestingly, the street foods are always available, and street foods are supposed to be very health aspect also. So what is the health aspect? Annually, about 33 million Indians are affected every year. This is happening every year. Nobody is bothered. We are talking or discussing about what is the downfall about the food. So that is the point. Let us understand this. I am just trying to sensitize the issue. Government कुछ करती नहीं. That is the problem. है ना? Government कुछ करती नहीं. It's a general phenomena. Government कुछ भी करती है, but people are like this also. Say rural side, urban side, it is a good scenario. No. Urban side, you will find that all these white collar people are doing. Okay. So that is what the scenario. That is what happening. Because we are providing water, ample water. So just take it, flush it, and the paradigm shift has to be changed. It cannot be flush and forget. It should be flush and finally it should be reused. So that is the aspect. We were talking about the linear technology. That is what linear economy. That is what just take the water, use it, and wastewater after treatment just throw it. No, we have to change all these things from sewage and recycle, from waste management to resource recovery, from establishing the wastewater is a resource in terms of water, nutrient of billion liter, and as against sewage generated is 2190 billion liter. So that much sewage is generated every day. Now, these are the, for the new, those who are not from Mumbai, for their understanding, these are the sewerage zones and how we are operating. 7 zones are. In our old technology, that is what our plants are there, but these plants are designed in an old fashion, and that was not meeting the new entity discharge standard. So that was the old plant. And that is the reason we are going for the new technology, new plant, and it is, the contract is already has been given. So as per the new discharge standards and as per the service level benchmark, that every ULB, urban local body, they should go for the reuse and recycling at least 20%. That is the vision. So these are the different STPs that what we have constructed as a decentralized STP, small STP. No need to read it out, but you can see that capacity is very small. Idea is what? With this decentralized plant, we are going for recycle and reuse. You can see that there is a red, that Managanga pumping station, that treated wastewater we are supplying to Raj Bhavan. Down the line, over a period of time, after 2 to 3 years, all treated wastewater will be available and that will be supplied to the citizens. We can tell them, in Raj Bhavan, the governor is using for gardening, you can also use that. So that is the idea. So with this decentralized plant, we are just trying to establish this treated wastewater is safe and it can be used. Now, so far on a bigger aspect, see these are the already contracts are issued, and you can see there that Kulaba plant is already commissioned in April 2020. I can say that April 2020, one can understand, one can recollect that it was a COVID. Everybody was keeping quiet inside the room, but we were commissioning the STP. Nobody was sure about what will happen next day. But in April 22, we were commissioning the new plant of, that is what STP with the new discharge standard. Other plants will be in the, you can see the date from June 2022. It will be operational within another 2 to 3 years. So that is one important aspect. You can see that recycle reuse capacity. Service level benchmark for the government says that 20%, but Mumbai always one step ahead. So we are going for 50% for the recycle and reuse. That all big plants, we are providing the tertiary treated wastewater for recycle and reuse up to the capacity of what? 50%. Kulava is almost 100%. So this is the Kulava treated, the established or newly commissioned plant. The problem is what? That recycle and reuse. I can talk theory lot, but there are problems. So technical problem, let us forget all other things. I am just discussing only 2 points. Tariff of fresh water and recycled water. We are supplying fresh water at a heavily subsidized rate. And as against treated wastewater may be a costlier because of what? We are by applying lots of filtration, tertiary treatment, it is costly. So fresh water subsidized rate, ample available, and treated wastewater at a higher rate, who will take that? So this is a policy issue, and I have put forward at number of forums. I am a part of that various discussion and various forums. So on the government side, I have put forward all these issues to them. Public awareness. In our case, we always say yesterday's water is a stale water. Throw it. Who will use the wastewater? Who will use the treated wastewater? So that public awareness is very important. That is the point we should understand. So this is the Lok Satta news from 8 April 2024 and what they are saying, पाणी टंचाईमुळे बियर कंपन्यांवर ड्राय डेचा ठाव आहे. So that is the issue. Manufactured beer out of wastewater. Okay. So this is not again photograph from Google. This is actual photograph, and they have given it for my say academic purpose, for my educational purpose. So they have handed us here already straight. The time management is very important. So water is finite and vulnerable. Hence need to be conserved. Treated wastewater is a reliable source of water. Decentralized STP are easy solution for implementation of the use of treated wastewater and strategic master plan needed for use of treated wastewater. Last line I want to conclude. The reason is what? Ki large amount or large quantity of wastewater, treated wastewater will be available, and we have to think about in terms of say costing, in terms of pricing and all other aspects, how it can be used and all these things, and for that purpose this proper planning is also required. I think with this
They provide this platform to large corporates, large industries, where they're able to track and trace every SKU of waste that is generated, to whom it is being sold to, the audits of these downstream vendors are onboarded, the transparency is given to all the players in the ecosystem, no cash transactions takes place, and even the logistics tracking, the cheapest, lowest cost of routing plan is done, and the carbon emission tracking takes place. All this comes onto this platform, which is a big boost. We have demonstrated 5 to 10% enhanced value on such disposal to large industries already. Second is the post-production waste that's there. There are dashboards, tracking portals, and all that we have designed, where anything to do about EPR. From EPR, there are various rules that you need photographs, you need toll receipts, you need weighbridge slips, you need origin, destination, details about the products. All that is embedded into this particular software with dashboards, and even filing of returns on the portal also takes place automatically. Third is a take-back solution that we have designed. It's for multiple product categories. Diagnostic solutions, they are the pricing engines that's there, multiple solutions that we have designed, developed. Take back, we are doing it in a very, very big way. I'll give you an example also. Buyers and sellers across the country, it's there for metals, it's there for e-waste, plastics, tires, oil, automobiles, so on and so forth. There are thousands and thousands of people who have listed on the platform. What we are able to give is we are able to give in pricing engines, we are able to give in the matching engines, we are able to give in the operation and logistics, big traders, anybody, to work on the cash flows and work out the investments that's required on the entire inventories that they would like to buy or sell. In this way, we are able to actually change the dynamics of demand and supply for multiple players, including predictive pricing, predictive modeling, so on and so forth. Last, but there's another issue that's there in 4 or 5 years back in Mann Ki Baat, our Prime Minister pay a deposit of 5 rupees additional. And when you return back the bottle, you will get back that 5 rupees. India is blessed to have the UPI with us. Through UPI into your bank account, real time the money gets deposited back into your account. 4 years we've been running it. We started off by giving incentive of 2 rupees. We collected 45 bottles only. We started charging 5 rupees, 10 rupees, and then we have been able to collect 2.5 million bottles, water bottles, every time that we have been doing it continuously. We got the President's Award also for this, and now Goa is the first state that's going to be implement this concept. It's going to be next time you go on a vacation, you buy a bottle of beer, glass bottle, you will pay a deposit. You buy an aluminum can of beer, you will pay a deposit. And even for your gutka sachets and all that, you will be paying deposits. And it's not only here, in multiple countries, so we're expanding the same concept to multiple countries. What it does is to the recycler, we are able to supply uncontaminated waste. That's the key. The value in recycling is if you are able to get uncontaminated waste, there is value which can be recovered and given back to new product manufacturing. That is what we are trying to change. It's a mass consumer behavioral change we are bringing in the country and the countries. And these are all very, very innovative. We also are coming out with reverse vending machines manufacturing. Don't be surprised to see 1 million reverse vending machines in the next 3-4 years across the country of ours also. And what it does is two things on the demand side and the supply side. Material traceability, it gives you logistics traceability, and it gives you waste workflow management on the upstream, on the downstream distribution network. Counterfeit tracking, that's a big word. Pilferage, counterfeit is a very thing. It can be used for shoes. Example, all of you people are using remotes in your TV remotes, AC remotes. You have watches with batteries, you have toys with batteries. What happens to the zinc alkaline batteries? We just throw it in the dustbin in our houses there after use. What we are trying to come out with a solution for the country is through this VR code, through this V code, we are able to bring out a deposit refund system for batteries. You might throw away still the batteries there in the dustbin, but whenever it goes into the next level, they know there is money in that battery or the cell. They are going to go to the nearest retail shop there, show it, a mobile phone, the retailer will scan it, and he will be paid that money. And slowly and steadily, earlier when we were small, we used to do it for milk bottles, we used to do it for various things. You will see that change coming in very soon. Across the country, 4 states are going to start this deposit refund scheme. And if we want our money back, we will have to, example, is newspaper more valuable than plastic bottles? I mean, which is more valuable, newspapers or plastic bottles? Plastic bottle. Newspaper, every day we take it, after reading it, we safely store it in our houses. भैया month end में हम लोग 10 रुपए 15 रुपए किलो हम बेचेंगे इसको. हम जाके खरीदते हैं कुछ आइटम, शैम्पू बॉटल कुछ भी होने दीजिए, हो गया खत्म हो गया 10 मिनट में डाल दीजिए. That is more valuable actually speaking. So how do you bring about this change? These are the methods which we are trying to bring in the change for plastics, for aluminum cans, for glass bottles, and including sachets. Also, we do a lot of work on the oceans plastic, and we call it as the Samudra Manthan. We have 70,000 metric tons of ocean-bound plastic we have actually reclaimed, and we do this project in 207 districts across the country. These are very large national projects running into billions of dollars, using of technology, AI tools, SaaS, blockchain, all these tools were able to bring about a huge change in the waste management there. So what we have been able, in last year, we've been able to channelize over 1 million metric tons of material through our platforms. And these are the numbers where the CO2 mitigations numbers that are there. So over 600 plus people with whom brands we serve, over 5,000 aggregators or traders or kabariwalas who are already there on the platform, small traders, retailers, and 600 plus co-processors, recyclers are there on our platform which we are working, and we are growing substantially. Is the key. So hassle-free compliances, transparent traceability, efficient disposal solutions, pan-India partners, so on and so forth. So objective here is we would like to offer solutions digitally through traceability, visibility, and at a very low cost, cost-effective solutions for all stakeholders, and ensure that the waste is channelized the right way and reach the right people, and showing that data. And once the data, through data mining, we're able to bring about a sea change in the country. Small efforts from our side.
In 13 years down the line, it will be vanished completely from the So we have to stop, or we have to actually recover what we have used in terms of non-electronic metals. And then, if you see particular PCB, there's multiple metal contents of ferrous, non-ferrous, so many minerals are there. If you effectively recycle, you can recover all these minerals. And the major e-waste sources for circular economy are mostly, e-waste. PCBs are major source. There is a high value containment in PCBs. The gold is there. In pharma sector is very active because of the gold is there in the PCBs. So there is a big cluster in Delhi region, so it's a big cluster there. So there is a gold, silver, everything is PCBs. And there is another chunk which is lithium-ion batteries. I'll share some kind of this case study for lithium-ion batteries, because there is so much value in the lithium-ion batteries, because we are shifting towards e-vehicles. So battery is used everywhere in mobile phones, every energy source in India, they use batteries. So what to do with the batteries at the end of life? So you can recover so many critical minerals from the batteries. And so solar panels also. So by 2034, I think there will be some EPR, implementations will be there for solar panels. So one has to manage. And the battery management, already cobalt is an increase, so we have to follow that's what. And there is another element that's permanent magnets. Permanent magnets are used in windmills. One windmill will give you around 230 kg of rare earth, which are actually very, very rare extraction of rare metals. If you do 1 lakh or 1.5 lakhs per kg, so there is a huge value. And if it is not to one Nesco, so many content if you can find. Plastic is very engineering, plastic which is very costly also, which is heavy. And then hard is there, magnets are there, rare earths you can find. Batteries contains lithium, cobalt, manganese, nickel. The fans are there. So if you properly manage the e-waste, there is so certain values of it. So this is a kind of small, we are nowhere in top 10 when it comes to a production of gold, but when it comes to consumption, we are second out of it. So from where to get this gold? And if you, we have KGM mines, so if you extract 1 ton of ore, if you process KGM mines, you will end up with only 3 to 7 grams of silver. Whereas if you process e-waste or PCBs, or high-value PCBs, you will be ending up with 150 to 200 grams of gold. So which is almost 100 times. And then 400 to 500 grams of silver and 180 kg to 200 kg of copper is also. Just a case study of lithium batteries. We understand here, these batteries are used in consumer electronics or automobiles, commercial scale also. And then market is growing exponentially. It is growing. So you are going to witness that market will be reaching close to $158.67 billion.
This is Dr. Snehal Donde. Hello, can you hear? Yeah. So this is Dr. Snehal Donde. I'm Jalnaik, Maharashtra for Mumbai region and Thane region, as well as across India I'm working, as well as just came back from Fulbright Scholarship where I have conducted research on Manhattan's STP, that is a 386 million gallon. I understand what you gave the presentation is not about STP, but when your presentation was excellent, first of all I must say, it's important to understand that future water is this treated water only. That is as an alternate resource. But today we are seeing that in the name of the treatment, we are just doing, there is no proper treatment which is happening with the STPs, which is very well known, because NGT, Supreme Court and everybody has started now coming up with that the results are not reduced. Because we have made more our treatment plants as resource facility. we are going for more resource recovery rather than treatment. So just now when you were talking about recycle, reuse, we have seen that in the name of Namami Gange also, whatever the treatment is being done in STPs, they are not reused, but they are left in the same channel of the river. So there is no use of what we do the treatment and then we are releasing it. And also my study when I conducted, I have found that inlet and outlet water, there is not much difference even if we are going for the treatment. So now as Government of India has already announced natural biological treatment. So that way we have to do. I think that way only this can be solved, and we have to understand how this degradation happens. Because mainly you had put the slide of sewage. Now sewage, people have not understood what is exactly sewage and how is the degradation process. This I wanted to bring to your notice because I saw you are the director of the institute also where these studies are being conducted. So this should be taken note of. That's what I just wanted to present. Yes, the reuse is the most important thing, but reduce use, because as much we are using the water, that much we are producing sewage, and that's our problem. So that's why we have to look at reduced use of water. So that's what I just wanted to add in your presentation.
And I will say only two lines. Number one, I am basically operation maintenance. And so in India, our culture is what? To inaugurate and forget. Whether you agree or not, I don't know. But I am basically I am operation maintenance. So these things are happening because of what? We are just neglecting operation maintenance. Nobody is interested in it. Only you have to just inaugurate the program. That is the one thing. So let us accept that. And second is what? She was talking about the qualities and all. That NGC standards are implemented and everything was there. In 2022, I was a regular visitor of Supreme Court for these NGT issues and all these things. Every month at least twice, Supreme Court. And finally we got proper judgment and all. Whether it is a proper or not, again it is a question mark. But still, at least we got some go ahead and we are going with that. Anyway, conclusion to the madam is what? The treatment is not happening. It is some lagging in the operation and maintenance.
So sir, you are talking
one minute. You are talking about the biological treatment. On the smaller scale, we have implemented bioremediation also, which is a purely the biological treatment. So that is also we have implemented as a stopgap arrangement. So that is possible.
So mainly it's about the design, it's not about the operation maintenance, it's about the design, because the mandate which has come from CPCB, like we are taking BOD, COD as a design parameter, which is going wrong, because BOD, COD should not be the parameter as such. We are not looking at the pathogen degradation and the DO, how we can improve. So it's about the design of the SPPs also which matters. So that's I just wanted to add. And one more thing, sorry to just...
At least so far the Mumbai plants are concerned.
Yeah.
The international player like Suez, or you can say Larsen and Toubro, so we cannot think about if they are not doing proper design. And consultant like PMC consultant like Tata.
That's I just wanted to add. And one more thing, sorry to just...
At least so far the Mumbai plants are concerned.
Yeah.
The international player like Suez, or you can say Larsen and Toubro, so we cannot think about if they are not doing proper design. And consultant like PMC consultant like Tata and IVL from the Sweden, all are there. So I will repeat that that design is definitely okay. You can think about for a smaller plant, if they are not doing properly, it may be happening.
So let us be Atmanirbhar, and India has India has been Vishwaguru. So we have all the solutions, and let me tell you, tomorrow there is a meeting with for the national policy development with NITI Aayog members in Delhi, where I'll be part of it, and we are developing that, and I will discuss with you in the lunch probably about all these issues. Thank you.
Okay, I think we need to stop here because of the time.
Thank you so much, sir. This is Dr. Snehal Donde. Hello, can you hear? Yeah. So this is Dr. Snehal Tombe. I'm Jalnaik, Maharashtra for Mumbai region and Thane region, as well as across India I'm working, as well as just came back from Fulbright scholarship where I have conducted research on Manhattan's STP, that is a 386 million gallon. I understand what you gave the presentation is not about STP, but when your presentation was excellent, first of all I must say, it's important to understand that future water is this treated water only. That is as an alternate resource. But today we are seeing that in name of the treatment, we are just doing, there is no proper treatment which is happening with the STPs, which is very well known, because NGT, Supreme Court and everybody has started now coming up with that the results are not reduced. Because we have made more our treatment plants as resource facility. We are going for more resource recovery rather than treatment. So just now when you were talking about recycle, reuse, we have seen that in the name of Namami Gange also, whatever the treatment is being done in STPs, they are not reused, but they are left again in the same channel of the river. So there is no use of what we do the treatment and then we are releasing it. And also my study when I conducted, I have found that inlet and outlet water, there is not much difference even if we are going for the treatment. So now as Government of India has already announced natural biological treatment. So that way we have to do. I think that way only this can be solved, and we have to understand how this degradation happens. Because mainly you had put the slide of sewage. Now sewage people have not understood what is exactly sewage and how is the degradation process. This I wanted to bring to your notice because I saw you are the director of the institute also where these studies are being conducted. So this should be taken note of. That's what I just wanted to present. Yes, the reuse is the most important thing, but reduce use, because as much we are using the water, that much we are producing sewage, and that's our problem. So that's why we have to look at reduced use of water. So that's what I just wanted to add in your presentation.
And I will say only two lines. Number one, I am basically operation maintenance. And so in India, our culture is what? To inaugurate and forget. Whether you agree or not, I don't know. But I am basically I am operation maintenance. So these things are happening because of what? We are just neglecting operation maintenance. Nobody is interested in it. Only you have to just inaugurate the program. That is the one thing. So let us accept that. And second is what? She was talking about the qualities and all. That NGC standards are implemented and everything was there. In 2022, I was a regular visitor of Supreme Court for these NGT issues and all these things. Every month at least twice, Supreme Court. And finally we got proper judgment and all. Whether it is a proper or not, again it is a question mark. But still, at least we got some go ahead and we are going with that. Anyway, conclusion to the madam is what? The treatment is not happening. It is some lagging in the operation and maintenance.
So sir, you are
One minute. You are talking about the biological treatment. On the smaller scale, we have implemented bioremediation also, which is a purely the biological treatment. So that is also we have implemented as a stopgap arrangement. So that is possible.
So mainly it's about the design, it's not about the operation maintenance, it's about the design, because the mandate which has come from CPCB, like we are taking BOD, COD as the design parameter, which is going wrong. Because BOD, COD should not be the parameter as such. We are not looking at the pathogen degradation and the DO, how we can improve. So it's about the design of the SPPs also which matters. So that's I just wanted to add. And one more thing, sorry to just...
At least so far the Mumbai plants are concerned.
Yeah.
The international player like Suez, or you can say Larsen and Toubro, so we cannot think about if they are not doing proper design. And consultant like PMC consultant like Tata and IVL from the Sweden, all are there. So I will repeat that that design is definitely okay. You can think about for a smaller plant, if they are not doing properly, it may be happening.
Sir, let us be Atmanirbhar, and India has India has been Vishwaguru. So we have all the solutions, and let me tell you, tomorrow there is a meeting with for the national policy development with NITI Aayog members in Delhi, where I'll be part of it, and we are developing that, and I will discuss with you in the lunch probably about all the details. Thank you.
Okay, I think we need to stop here because of the time.
Thank you.
so much. It's a